We have a great lesson today. Let's review it together. Again, we're in a new quarter for this month of September. It's our fall quarter for the months of September, October, November. And our fall quarter is entitled Celebrating God. In this quarter, we're going to be looking at some of the acts of worship and praise that celebrate who God is and what he has done for his people. In our first unit for the month of September, we're looking at God's people offer praise. And in this unit, we're going to look at the lives of a few people who had a reason to celebrate God. Well, today our lesson is lesson number 2 for September the 12th, 2021, entitled Celebrating with Enthusiasm. And our printed text is 2 Samuel 6, verse 1 through 5, and verse 14 through 19. As we think about this text today, it's important for us to think about and remember why David had so much enthusiasm when it came to worshiping God. Just think about a few things in the history of David as king. He was chosen and placed as king by God. He ruled wisely. He was a valiant warrior. And because of some of his battling exploits, he was able to settle into a place where God wanted him to be, and he formed a capital. The capital was in Jerusalem for God's people who had been wandering for many years in the promised land. Then not only did he settle the capital, but he went ahead and beautified it and built it up, even built up a king house. But after the ark was stolen, God's people, although they had a capital city and had beautified it, they were still incomplete. They had built their houses and had made their places look good, but they were still incomplete because the Ark of the Covenant was not there. And this is what happened. God allowed the Ark to return back to Jerusalem. He allowed it to come back to this place and showed their people that he was still with them. And this is what they did in David's day. David led them in a procession to go out and to meet the ark and to bring it in with praising and dancing. And this is what David said. He said, "Hold my mule." And David started shouting. He started dancing like nobody was even watching. And he gave it his all when he worshiped God. Now, as we close, there's two things I want us to be mindful of David. Number one, that he helps us to see praise should include all of us. All of me should be used in praise and worship of God. God wants all of me. He doesn't want me reserved, don't want me dignified. He don't want me looking all sedity, but he wants a praise. He wants me to give him praise. He wants me to worship him and exalt him and give him the praise that he is due. But not only does it include all of me, but I also remind us that praise, as David shows us, is important to know why you're praising. And David knew why he was praising because of what all God had done for him in his past. And he knew where God had brought him from and to. And for that, he praised God. And this is how you worship in spirit and in truth, when you know why you're worshiping and you give God all of your worship. That's when you can truly worship him as he desires and be a true worshiper, not for a show, but a worshiper that is praising God for all that he done, because you know that you know that you know that he has been good to you.